Welcome to the part 2 video of mapping skills. In this session, we are going to discuss chapter-wise very important map pointing questions of Social Paper 1, Andhra Pradesh State Syllabus. Chapter 1, India Relief Features. We have already learned about the location of India. So from the first chapter, on the basis of the location of India, these are the important questions that may be asked. First one, the northernmost latitude in degrees, or which is the northernmost latitude in India? It is the 37 degrees 6 minutes northern latitude. Second, the southernmost latitude in degrees, that is the 8 degree 4 minutes northern latitudes. Now you may have a doubt why the northern and southernmost latitudes are northern latitudes, because India lies in the northern hemisphere on the basis of latitudes. Now the easternmost longitude in degrees, that is 97 degree 25 minutes eastern longitude. Fourth question, the westernmost longitude in degrees, that is the 68 degree 7 minutes eastern longitude, because India lies in the eastern hemisphere on the basis of longitudes. Now the Indian standard meridian, which is the Indian standard meridian, that is the 82.5 degree eastern longitude. This is the location. Now near which main city the Indian standard meridian IST passes? So it is passes near to the city of Allahabad. So this is the Allahabad. Now the state where sun rises at first. So obviously it is in the easternmost state of India, that is Arunachal Pradesh. Here you have to point Arunachal Pradesh. Then the state where sun rises at last, that is the westernmost state, Gujarat. Now the prime latitude which passes through India, the main latitude that passes through the middle of the India is the Tropic of Cancer, that is the 23.5 degree northern latitude. Now the westernmost point of India, that is in Gujarat, it is the Guhar Moti in near to the Rann of Kutch. The eastern boundary of India, that is Bay of Bengal. The western boundary of India, that is Arabian Sea. The northern boundary of India, that is Himalayas. The southern boundary of India, that is the Indian Ocean. The southernmost point of Indian mainland, that is Kanyakumari. The location is here. The southernmost point of India, that is in Andaman and Nicobar Island, and it is the Indira Point. The northernmost point of India, that is Indira Kol in Ladakh. The location is here. The easternmost point of India is Kibitu in Arunachal Pradesh. It is located here. The easternmost state in India, that is Arunachal Pradesh. The westernmost state in India is Gujarat. This is the location of Gujarat. Now let us see what is the northernmost state in India, that is Himachal Pradesh. Because according to the latest political map of India, the Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh are considered as union territories. So now the northernmost state in India is Himachal Pradesh. The southernmost state in India, that is Tamil Nadu. Next, northernmost union territory, that is Ladakh. Next, southernmost union territory, that is Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Next, place in India situated on the three seas, that is the Kanyakumari. Next, neighboring country surrounded by Indian territory, that is Bangladesh here. Now, Tropic of Cancer passes through which state? We have already learned that one. Once again, we revise that: Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura and Mizoram. Next, The islands formed due to volcanic eruption, that is the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Coral islands, or the islands that are originated with corals, that is Lakshadweep. Next, the nearest country of India in water, that is Sri Lanka. Here we are going to discuss about the India's relief features. The relief features means the physical features of India. They are the Himalayas, Indo-Gangetic Plain, the Peninsular Plateau, the coastal plains, the desert, and the islands. So on the northern area we can see the Himalayas, and below that in between Deccan Plateau we can see the Indo-Gangetic Plain, then the Peninsular Plateau, otherwise known as Deccan Plateau, then the coastal plains on both the sides, that is on the western side Western Coastal Plain, and on the eastern side Eastern Coastal Plains, then the desert, here you can see the desert, then the island groups. We have two island groups, one is on the western side, that is the Lakshadweep, and another one is on the eastern side, that is Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Let us discuss about each of them in detail. Here we are going to study about the Himalayas. The Himalayan mountains are divided into three main parallel ranges. They are Himadri, or the Greater Himalayas, that is the northernmost range in Himalayas, and followed by Himachal or Lesser Himalayas, that is the middlemost range in Himalayas, and then Shivaliks or Outer Himalayas, that is the southernmost range in Himalayas. Now let us see some of the important peaks in the Himalayan mountain system. They are K2 peak, that is the highest peak in India. Another important peak is Mount Everest, that is the highest peak in the world. We have to learn where to point out this one. So K2 peak is here, then Mount Everest here. Another important peaks are Nanga Parbat, next Nanta Devi, Annapurna Mountain, next Kanchenjunga, Namcha Barwa. So whatever is asked, we have to learn where to point out that one. So these are the locations of the important mountain peaks in the Himalayan mountain system. Now let us move to the second relief feature of India, that is Indo-Gangetic Plain. This green colored shaded area is the Indo-Gangetic Plain, and the states that are part of Indo-Gangetic Plains are Punjab, Haryana, here also Chandigarh is also there, then New Delhi, then Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, and some parts of Assam comes under this Indo-Gangetic Plain. The Indo-Gangetic Plains are divided into three: the western side, that is the western part, the middle portion, that is the central part, and the third one is eastern part. The western part is formed by the river Indus, and the central part is formed by the river Ganga, and the eastern part is formed by the river Brahmaputra. The third physical division of India that we are going to study is the Peninsular Plateau. The Peninsular Plateau consists of two broad divisions, namely the Central Highlands consists of Malwa Plateau and Chota Nagpur Plateau. Here you can see this is Malwa Plateau, and here this is the Chota Nagpur Plateau. And then the main portion, that is the Deccan Plateau. Here you can see the yellow shaded triangular shaped plateau, that is known as Deccan Plateau. Here you can see two mountain ranges. This is the Vindhya mountain ranges and this is the Satpura mountain ranges. And here on the east side Eastern Ghats, and on the west side Western Ghats, and downside that is Annamalai Hills, where we can find the highest peak in South India, that is Anaimudi. Now let us go through some of the important map pointing questions from this area. The first one, the great desert in India. This is the only desert in India, that is Thar Desert. Its location is here. Then the mountain range which is caused for forming Thar Desert. That is the Aravalli range. Here you can see this is the Aravalli range. Next, the mountain range on the north of Narmada. So that is the Vindhya range. Here you can see this is the Vindhya range. Next, the river flowing through the Thar Desert. There is only one river, that is the Luni river. Next, the river that flows in the Rift Valley, that is between Vindhya and Satpura, that is the Rift Valley. That river is Narmada. This is the Narmada river. Next, the northern plains, that is the Indo-Gangetic plains. This is the northern plain. Next, the Indian plateau, that is the peninsular plateau, otherwise it is called the Deccan plateau. Here, this triangular shaped plateau is known as Deccan plateau. The north division of the peninsular plateau, that is Malwa plateau, the central highland Malwa plateau, and on the east side here it is the Chota Nagpur plateau. The south division of the peninsular plateau, that is the Deccan plateau. The mountain range on south of Narmada, that is the Satpura range. Here you can see this is the Satpura range. Now let us move to the next question. The plateau which is rich in minerals, that is the Chota Nagpur plateau. This is the location of Chota Nagpur plateau. The northern boundary of Deccan plateau, that is the Satpura mountain ranges. This is the location of Satpura mountains. The eastern boundary of Deccan plateau, that is Eastern Ghats. This is the location of Eastern Ghats. The western boundary of Deccan plateau, that is Western Ghats, and this is the location of Western Ghats. The southern boundary of Deccan plateau, that is the Nilgiri mountains. This is the location of Nilgiri mountains. The mountain range which is joined Eastern and Western Ghats, that is the Nilgiri mountains itself. The highest peak in Nilgiri hills, that is Dodabeta. This is the location of Dodabeta. The highest peak in Western Ghats, that is Anaimudi, and this is the location of Anaimudi. The highest peak in Eastern Ghats, that is called Aroyakonda, and you can see this is the location of Aroyakonda. The highest peak in South India, that is Anaimudi, and this is the location of Anaimudi. Now let us learn about the coastal plains and coastal states in India. There are two coastal regions. One is on the west side and the other one is on the east side. On the west side, the coastal plain is between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. That area is known as the Western Coastal Plain. On the other hand, the area between Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal, that area is known as Eastern Coastal Plains. Now let us see the names of the coastal regions. The coastal area of Gujarat is known as Kutch and Kathiawar. The coastal area of Maharashtra is known as Konkan Coast. The coast of Karnataka and Goa is known as Canara Coast, and the coast of Kerala is known as Malabar Coast. On the eastern side, the coast of Tamil Nadu is known as Coromandel Coast, and the coast of Andhra Pradesh is known as Sirkar Coast, and the coast of Odisha is known as Utkal Coast, and the coast of West Bengal is known as Wanga Coast. And there are 9 coastal states in India, 5 on the west side and 4 on the east side. Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Goa and Kerala are the states on the west side, and Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, West Bengal are the states in the east side. Here we discuss about the 5th and 6th physical features of India. They are the desert and the islands. In India, there is only one desert that is present in Rajasthan state, and its name is Thar Desert, and there is only one river present in this area, that is River Luni. There is a big canal present in this area, and that is the longest canal in India, that is known as Indira Gandhi Canal, and this is the location of Indira Gandhi Canal. There are 2 island groups that are part of India. One is on the west side and the other one is on the east side. In the west side, there is Lakshadweep Islands with the capital Kavaratti, and it is near to the state of Kerala. On the east side, the island groups are known as Andaman and Nicobar Islands with the capital Port Blair, and in that Narcondam and Barren Islands are volcanic origin and they are located here. This is Barren Island and this is Narcondam Island. And in the Nicobar Island, there is the southernmost tip of India that is known as Indira Point. This is the location of Indira Point. And here you can see the gap between India and Sri Lanka on the south is named as Gulf of Mannar, and on the north it is known as Park Strait. Now let us go through some important questions from this area. The first one, the state with longest coastal area in India, that is Gujarat. The state with the second longest coastline in India, that is Andhra Pradesh. The state in India with the smallest coastal area, Goa. The river flowing in Thar Desert, Luni River. The longest canal in India, Indira Gandhi Canal. The island originated due to volcanic eruption, Barren and Narcondam in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The southernmost tip of India, Indira Point. The capital of Lakshadweep Islands, Kavaratti. The capital of Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Port Blair. Shallow bay between India and Sri Lanka in the south, Gulf of Mannar. The islands of coral origin, Lakshadweep Islands. The southernmost tip of Indian mainland, Kanyakumari. It is in Tamil Nadu state, that is the southernmost state. The desert in India, Thar. The gap between India and Sri Lanka in the north, Park Strait. The state situated near the three seas, that is Tamil Nadu. The southernmost state in India, that is also Tamil Nadu. The coastal area of Kerala is known as Malabar Coast. The freshwater lake in AP, that is Kolleru. The nearest country to Lakshadweep is Maldives. The capital of Tamil Nadu, Chennai. Practice this one in a blank map of India. Here we point some important questions in the outline map of India. The first one, Konkan Coast, 31st question. Here you can see this is the Konkan Coast. Then Canara Coast, the coast of Karnataka, it's here. Next, Malabar Coast, the coast of Kerala. Next, Coromandel Coast, it is the coast of Tamil Nadu. Next, Sirkar Coast, it is the coast of Andhra Pradesh. Then Utkal Coast, it is the coast of Odisha. Then Vanga Coast, it is the coast of West Bengal. Then the lake in Odisha, that is Chilka. Here you can see this is Chilka Lake. Then the freshwater lake in Andhra Pradesh, Kolleru. This is the location of Kolleru. Then the saltwater lake in Andhra Pradesh, that is Pulicat Lake. This is the location of Pulicat Lake. Practice this one. Now let us have an idea about the important mountain ranges and peaks in India. So let us start with the Karakoram range. This is the northernmost side. The highest peak is Mount K2. Then coming down, Aravalli range. The highest mount is there, Mount Abu. Next, Vindhya range. The highest peak there is Sadbhavana Shikara. Next, Satpura range. The highest peak is Dubkat. Next, Mahadeo ranges. Highest peak is Panchamari. Then Michael range. The highest peak is Amarkandak. Then Kaimur range. Then moving to the northeast, Padkai range. And there you can see also Dafa hills. And the highest peak in Padkai range is Mount Saramadi. Then moving to the South India, there is Eastern Ghats and the Western Ghats. And the Nilgiri hills, the joining place between the Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. The highest peak there is Doda Beta. And the highest peak in South India, that is Anaimudi. Now let us go through the important questions. The first one, highest peak in India, that is the K2 peak. You can see the location is here. Then highest peak in the world, that is Mount Everest. You can see the location is here. Then highest peak in South India, that is Anaimudi. The location is here. The mountain range coast for forming Thar Desert, that is Aravalli Range. This is the location of Aravalli Range. The mountain range on the north of Narmada River, Vindhya Range. Here in between the river Narmada flows, so to the north side, that is the Vindhya Range. This is the location. The northern boundary of Deccan Plateau, that is the Satpura Range. Here you can see this is the Satpura Range. Now western boundary of Deccan Plateau, that is the Western Ghats. This is the location of Western Ghats. Southern boundary of Deccan Plateau, that is Nilgiri Hills. Here this is the Nilgiri Hills. The highest peak in Nilgiri Hills, that is the Doda Beta. This is Doda Beta. Next, highest peak in Western Ghats, that is Anaimudi. Highest peak in Eastern Ghats, that is Aroya Konda. So this is the Aroya Konda peak. Highest peak in Himalayas, that is Mount Everest. This is the location. The mountain range where K2 peak is located, that is the Karakoram range. This is the Karakoram range. Next, Padakai range. This is the Padakai range. It is in the northeast region. The highest peak in Aravalli range, that is the Mount Abu. This is the location of Mount Abu. And here you can see the pointing is little bit different, but as we have learned the symbols, a group of triangles should be used to point the mountain ranges. Follow that only. Now let us continue the important questions from this area. The first one, highest peak in Michael range. This is the location of Michael range and the highest peak is Amarkandak. Second question, highest peak in Vindhya range. This is the Vindhya range and the highest peak is Sadbhavana Shikara. Next, highest peak in Satpura range. This is the Satpura range. Highest peak is this one and it is Drupgat. Next, Dafa Hills. This is the location of Dafa Hills. Next, Saskar range. This is the Saskar range in the north side near to Karakoram range. Next, the Jaintia Hills. Here you can see this is the location of Jaintia Hills. It is in the northeast side. Next, Kashi Hills. Here you can see near to the Jaintia Hills there is Kashi Hills. Next, the Cardamom Hills. That is in Kerala. This is the Cardamom Hills location. And Kaimur range. You can see this is the Kaimur range. Next, Kanchenjunga. Here you can see this is the Kanchenjunga peak. This is the location of Kanchenjunga. Next, Nanga Parvat. Here you can see this is the peak of Nanga Parvat near to Mount K2. Next, Bundelkhand Highlands or Plateau. So here you can see this is the Bundelkhand Highland. Next, Raj Mahal Hills. And you can see this is the location of Raj Mahal Hills. Okay, near to the West Bengal state. Next, Pir Panchal range. Here you can see near to the Saskar range there is Pir Panchal range, the north side. Now Mishmi Hills. You can see the northeast, almost near to the boundary there, Mishmi Hills. You can see this is the location. Practice this one. You will be getting some important questions from this area. So practice it well. Now let us move to the important rivers in India. So all the rivers in India are divided into Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. So Himalayan rivers are otherwise known as perennial rivers. So here you can see Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. Three rivers are there mainly and their tributaries form the Himalayan rivers. Then coming to the middle of India there is Narmada, Tapti, Mahanadi. Then coming to South India, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. These are the important rivers in India. Now let us go through some important map pointing questions from this area. They are the longest river in India, that is Ganga River. This is the location of Ganga River. Then the largest peninsular river, that is Godavari river. This is the location of Godavari river. Next, the only river in Thar desert, that is river Luni. This is the location of river Luni. Next, the river flows through Rift Valley, that is river Narmada. This is the location of river Narmada. Then the second largest peninsular river, that is Krishna river. This is the location of Krishna river. Then river Indus. You can see river Indus starts from here. So this is the location of river Indus, and these are tributaries of river Indus. Next, Brahmaputra river. You see, this is the location of Brahmaputra river. And river Kaveri. Here you can see in Tamil Nadu. This is the location of river Kaveri. Mahanadi river. You can see it here, in the middle of India. That is the Mahanadi river. Next, Mahi river. Here you can see near to Gujarat or river Narmada. There is Mahi river. Then river Satluj. River Satluj is one of the tributary of Indus. This is the river Satluj. Next, Yamuna river. That is the tributary of Ganga, and you can see this is Yamuna, near to the Ganga. Next, Tungabhadra river. You can see one of the tributary of Krishna river, near to that Tungabhadra. Next, river Tapti, near to river Narmada. Tapti, downside of river Narmada, you can draw Tapti. Next, river Sabarmati. It is also in Gujarat. You can see near to Mahi river, that is river Sabarmati. So practice this one. Map reading is also a part of mapping skills, and here we have a question for map reading, and the question will be like this: read the following map and answer the below questions. So one map will be given, questions will be given. You have to read the map, and that means you have to observe the map properly and find the answer for the given questions. So here the first question is, according to latitudes, India is situated in which hemisphere? So based on latitudes, the globe is divided into two hemispheres, that is northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So we have to see India is on which hemisphere. See, this is the location of India. So India is on which hemisphere? Northern hemisphere. So the answer is northern hemisphere. The second question, according to longitudes, India is situated in which hemisphere? If the globe is divided into two vertically, India will come on which hemisphere? So on the vertical division, there are two hemispheres are there, western hemisphere and the eastern hemisphere. So look at the map. India is located in the eastern hemisphere. That is the answer. Now let us move to the second map reading question. Observe the given map here. And now let us move to the first question, which is the southernmost latitude of India. It is the 8 degree 4 minutes northern latitude. You can see it here. Next, which is the westernmost longitude of India? You can see this is the 68 degree 7 minutes eastern longitude. And the third question, which is the Indian Standard Meridian? That is the longitude passes through the middle of India. That is 82.5 degree eastern longitude. Let us move to the third question. Here is the map. Observe that well. Then answer the given question. The first question is, which is the eastern boundary of Deccan Plateau? This is the Deccan Plateau. Eastern boundary is the Eastern Ghats. Second question, which river flows through Rift Valley? So the Rift Valley is in between Vindhya and Satpura range. This is the Rift Valley, and the river flows through that area is river Narmada. Next, which mountain range is situated in the northwest part of India? This is the northwest side. So the mountain range is Aravalli mountain range. Here we move to the second chapter, that is ideas of development. The important questions coming from this area are important states. They are the state where education revolution started. That is the Himachal Pradesh. This is the location of Himachal Pradesh. Second question, Punjab. Punjab is located here, this area. Next, Bihar. That is the state with the lowest HDI. This is the location of Bihar. Next, Kudankulam Power Project. This is the location of Kudankulam Power Project and it is located in Tamil Nadu. This is the state of Tamil Nadu. Now, Kerala. That is near to the Tamil Nadu. This is the state of Kerala and it is the state with the highest HDI. If the question is asked to point state with highest HDI, you have to point Kerala and this is here. Now let us have an idea about our neighboring countries. They are Pakistan, it is located here, then Afghanistan, then China, then Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, and coming to the south seaside, Sri Lanka, and near to Lakshadweep, there is Maldives. These are our neighboring countries. Now let us move to chapter 3, that is production and employment. In this chapter, the important map pointing area is coming from the state of Andhra Pradesh. What is the capital of Andhra Pradesh? Yes, that is Amaravati and its location is here. Then all the districts in Andhra Pradesh, that is Srikakulam, Vijayanagaram, Visakhapatnam, East Godavari, West Godavari, Krishna, Gundur, Prakasam, Nellore, Kurnool, Anantapur, YSR Kadapa and Chittoor. Then what is the Rayalaseema region? That is Kurnool, Anantapur, YSR Kadapa and Chittoor districts together known as Rayalaseema region in Andhra Pradesh. Dear children, hope you understood this session very well and don't forget that practice makes man perfect. So practice this session again and again